Hey guys, it's your girl Jan, and I'm back with another video. So today, as you can see in the title below, the truth about rejection. It's not about you. It has nothing to do with you, right? So recently I've seen this topic. Even like I'm scrolling on TikTok, and I just keep seeing this topic reoccurring and popping up, and I'm like, okay, it's really it was talking about rejection, right? And it was just eye-opening, and a lot of time rejection has absolutely nothing, right? Absolutely nothing to do with you. Has nothing to do with, it has everything just to do with where the other person was in their life. When I saw those videos, it kind of really hit my heart. It made me pause and just reflect on my own journey, because in our culture we are conditioned to take rejection so personally. When someone pulls away, ignores our text, or break off a relationship, or closes a door on us, our minds go to like, what is wrong with me? What did I do? Why am I not enough? But a lot of times we are often viewing other people behavior through the lens of our own insecurities. Today I want to share two personal stories from my own life that completely changed how I view rejection, right? Once I was on the other side of it, I started to view rejection very differently. So I remember a few years ago I was in a dark place, right? A really dark place. um it was really incredibly heavy. It was really dark. It was a place where I was struggling severely with depression and anxiety, right? And it felt like my entire life was collapsing. I felt so alone. It's what makes it heavier, I was dealing with a heartbreaking situation with my son. He was injured. I know, as a mother, watching your child suffer is a different kind of pain. It doesn't matter how old your children are, when they're going through something, your heart just really breaks for them. I felt like I had absolutely no help. The people I thought would step up, the ones I thought would be my safety net, they just weren't there. It was a time of like just constant worrying. And I know, as a Christian and as a believer, I know in my head that I shouldn't let fear consume me. And I know that my life and my son's life belong to the Lord. But if I'm completely honest today with you, at that particular time, fear won. I allowed fear to take over, and instead of praying, I was just fearing. I was overwhelmed by the what ifs. Because I was in such a dark place, I completely shut down. I stopped taking phone calls. I stopped replying to text messages. I isolated myself from everyone. Looking back now, in hindsight and healing, I know that I could have done things differently. I know I could have reached out. And for a fact, as a matter of fact, there were people on the other end of those unanswered calls, or those unanswered text messages, that took it very personally. They probably felt rejected by me. They were probably like, wow, she doesn't care about our friendship anymore, or what did I do to make her ignore me? But today I want to speak to the truth into that silence. It absolutely had nothing to do with them. It wasn't that they weren't worthy of a phone call, or of me replying to their text messages. It was just where I was in life at that particular time. I was just trying to survive. I was in a dark place. I just didn't have the emotional capacity to give anything to anyone, right? There was another time, right? I was dating someone. He wanted something serious. He wanted a committed relationship with me. He was ready to build, ready to grow, ready to move forward. But I wasn't. At that time in my life, I was stagnant. I didn't want to grow. In fact, I didn't even know I needed to grow. Deep down, I knew that being with him would push me. It would challenge me to step out of my comfort zone and become a better version of myself. And I just was ready for the pressure. I was comfortable in my familiar space, even if it wasn't the best place for me because of where I was in my life. I rejected him. I walked away. Imagine how he must have felt. He probably wondered, what if he wasn't attractive enough, successful enough, or good enough for me? But again, the truth of the matter is, it had nothing to do with his worth. He was a wonderful person. He was ready for a beautiful chapter, but I was holding a pen that I didn't know how to write that story yet. My rejection of him was entirely about my own limitations and my own unreadiness. So when we piece these stories together, a beautiful, liberating truth emerges. Many times we look at rejection as a punishment or failure, but I have come to realize that rejection is often God's way of protecting you. When someone doesn't answer your calls, maybe God protecting you from a burden they are carrying or that you are meant to bear. Or maybe he's giving the silent space they need to heal. When someone walks away from the relationship with you, maybe God is removing them because they don't have the capacity to love you the way you deserve to be loved. They cannot fulfill the assignment of being your partner because of where they are in their own life. So, to anyone out there who is nursing a broken heart, anyone who is wondering why a door was slammed in their face, or anyone or why anyone pulled away from them, I want you to take a deep breath and release that weight. Stop carrying the burden of other people's choices. Give them grace because you never know what silent battles they're fighting, what fears are paralyzing them, or what growth they are running from. But most importantly, give yourself peace. Rejection is not a measure of your worth. You are worthy, you are loved, and you are enough. Sometimes a closed door is a sign that the person on the other side isn't ready to welcome you in it, and it is entirely about them, not about you. God bless you. Your girl, Jan Jan. Love you. Until next time.